Anthropic's CEO, OpenAI's chief scientist, and DeepMind's co-founder all signed a paper basically asking the US government to help build a way to slow down frontier AI development. And on the same day, OpenAI dropped a new version of GPT-5.6 Sol that all of us are probably going to enjoy. So let's get into it. So what you're looking at right now is a statement from around 1,273 employees of frontier AI companies, many of them from Anthropic, OpenAI, and Google DeepMind. And what they're saying is basically they want to pace the frontier of AI development, telling the US government especially that, hey, we need to slow down on the development of AI because they have some key concerns. If we take a look at their statement, AI could help create a dramatically better future, but that outcome is not guaranteed. The world's leading AI companies believe they could be close to automating AI research. It is hard to predict exactly how much this will accelerate AI progress, but there is a real risk that capability development rapidly accelerates beyond our ability to understand or control the resulting systems. So a lot of the employees at these frontier labs are afraid that AI development is moving so fast that they don't have a clear understanding of what that could actually mean. Does it lead to a positive outcome or a negative outcome? It is unclear. To realize AI's potential, industry, government, and society at large may need the option to buy time to address emerging risks, develop security measures, and strengthen oversight. But each company and country is under intense competitive pressure not to unilaterally slow that acceleration. And that does make sense. I think this last paragraph is a fair assessment. The space we are operating right now is very competitive. For example, last year, we would get new models maybe every couple of months, but especially in 2026, the development cycle has reduced so dramatically that we sometimes get new models every 2 weeks from the same labs. And when we get these new models, it's not like the best model stays in number one for a long time. A couple of weeks later, another lab drops a new model, and that model becomes number one. If you just take a look at it, Fable 5 came out, then GPT 5.6 Sol beat it, and this cycle continues, especially in 2026, because the labs are put into a lot of pressure to retain their customers by dropping the best models. And that does have a positive and negative side. So this statement is basically requesting that the US government support an international effort to develop the technical and governance tools needed to deliberately pace the frontier of automated AI development. They're not necessarily calling that, hey, we should stop AI development. They're saying that maybe we need to slow down a bit. Maybe we need to give more time to the industry, to the government, and society at large to understand the risk of AI development. Now, you can either take this as a positive or a negative. The positive way you can take this is that the employees at these labs are being a little bit more mindful about AI development. They have the front seat when it comes to what is going on. They have more insight on what's potential. They have more insight on the model's development than a lot of us probably will ever have unless you actually work in this space. They understand that there are great benefits that AI can bring, but it does come with a lot of risks that we still need time to understand. And the negative way you can take this is that the frontier labs need some breathing room because the competition is so high. They need some breathing room not just from each other in the Western space, but the competition is especially very high when it comes to the Chinese labs. The Chinese labs are developing really strong models, and this is putting pressure not only on OpenAI or Anthropic, but also the US government, because if you think about it, this is kind of like the Cold War, but instead of an arms race, it's an AI arms race. And that is why the US government is taking a big interest in the AI space and how these labs are operating, and we have seen the implications of that. We have seen models get deployed, models get pulled back, models get reviewed before their launch, and that is probably going to be the new norm until we have better regulations in place. But yeah, this is kind of serious, but you can see that a lot of these frontier employees are signing it. And these are not just like analysts signing it, for example. These are the chief scientists. We can see chief scientists at OpenAI, Jakub pachocki. We can see the co-founder and the chief science officer at Anthropic signing it. We also have the CEO of Anthropic, Dario, actually signing this as well. So this kind of tells you the vibe at these frontier labs. Before we continue, we just launched the Universe of AI newsletter. If you want to stay on top of AI news without having to hunt for it, link is in the description. Don't miss out. So yesterday I made a video about how OpenAI was going to drop something new today because of Thibault, who's actually the head at Codex and ChatGPT, mentioned that there's something coming out today. And what actually came out was not a new model technically, but a more improved model, a more improved version of GPT 5.6 Sol. So a lot of people that had been using GPT 5.6 over the last couple of days realized that the usage limits were being used up quite fast. And a lot of people complained that Sol was using codex limits faster than expected. And this, they were saying, was not because they on the back end reduced usage or any subscription plans or things like that without telling anyone. That is not what happened. It was, according to them, when they actually dug a little bit deeper, that the model was not performing as efficiently as before. So they made some updates, and now Sol should be performing about 18% longer now, and everyone's usage limits have been reset for ChatGPT work and codex, so that is a good thing. However, the 5-hour limits will be coming back tomorrow, which is Thursday. So there is a win for us. Yes, we have a more efficient model now, GPT 5.6 Sol, but the 5-hour limits will be coming back tomorrow, so keep that in mind. But this kind of transparency is something that I want to give OpenAI credit for, because over the last couple of days, they've been looking at feedback, they've been making active improvements, and they admitted that, okay, our models were not performing as strong as they were supposed to, as efficient as they were supposed to, and they actually addressed that issue. Unlike some other labs, I'm not going to name names, where the usage limits kind of run out fast, but we have no insight on why that could be and what the issue could be. But hey, at least we know that GPT 5.6 Sol now should be lasting about 18% longer. But not only was this announcement important from OpenAI today, they actually said that GPT 5.6 Sol improved on itself. The model actually made a better version of itself, which I'm going to show you guys in a second. So after OpenAI deployed GPT 5.6 Sol, what they actually did was use that exact model to advance the frontier of efficiency by making itself more efficient to run on. So they're using their strongest model to make a better version of themselves. This is not something new. We've actually seen a lot of labs do this. We're seeing that more models are getting smarter at doing this. But what they're saying is that instead of just focusing on creating a smarter model, OpenAI focused on creating an efficient model. And there's a reason for this. As AI deployment gets more and more broader and more people are adopting AI, efficiency becomes a critical thing for most labs, because now all of these labs have to serve their strongest models, which are way more energy demanding compared to previous models, to a broader audience. So efficiency becomes important. And through applying GPT 5.6 Sol to make more efficiency improvements, the model is now 20% lower when it comes to serving costs from production GPU kernel improvements. So that is a big number for a big company like OpenAI. 20% lower servicing costs basically means millions, or I don't know, it could be in the billions. I don't think so. Probably millions, hundreds of millions of dollars, because obviously we don't know what the financials look like at OpenAI. And 15% better token generation efficiency from improved speculative decoding. So there are improvements both on the cost side as well as just overall operation side, which tells you that these models are quite capable, and efficiency is going to be the biggest bottleneck. And looks like GPT 5.6 Sol, although it might not be the strongest model when it comes to Fable 5 or maybe even Opus 5 at the moment, but is definitely a very efficient model. We don't know if that is something that Anthropic is going to prioritize, because if they don't, in the long run, OpenAI might just beat out Anthropic just because their models are more efficient and more reliable to use. So yeah, big day for OpenAI. Obviously, we didn't get a new model today, but we got a better version of GPT 5.6 Sol that I think a lot of us are going to appreciate. But that's it for today's video. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel, follow our new newsletter as well at universeofai.beehive.com, as well as subscribe to the main channel World of AI, and support us on X by following the Universe of AIZ as well. Until then, I'll see you guys in the next video.